start our discussion. Hindi na tayo mag-start. Kindly acknowledge. Ayan. Am I audible? Madungog ra ko, guys.
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me concept. All right. So before we start our meeting, this afternoon, please take note that I have already uploaded, the lecture notes for the design of slab, So this is within week number 12. Ayan. So naadiya ang ato ang concrete slab design nga mga references together with the plate number 6. No? So take note, plate number 6 to be submitted next week. No? So you have 2 weeks to prepare for this. This is actually the design of slab, slab sa inyong framing system, sa inyong final lab exam, So mauna ang inyong plate number 6. So take note, Friday ni siya, i-submit ni siya face to face. And then si class rep ang maghatod ani niya diri sa office. Okay? So and then for our references, na dire ang ato ang lecture notes, and this file here is actually the file which explains the coefficient method and with the corresponding table. Itong table for our concrete slab design. Okay, yung mga coefficient, wherein ato na siyang i-discuss later on. Okay, so as what we have discussed last time, nga for this week, we are going to discuss the design of concrete slab because this will be included sa inyong final lab exam, or this will be included sa inyong compilation. Okay, so take note, you cannot design your frame, or for example, your your beams, without designing first your slab. So i-design sa daan, or pwede nga dili siya i-design, maybe you determine first the thickness, the required thickness of your slab, before ta maka-proceed sa design sa inyong mga beams. Because take note, based on the load pattern, si slab first ang mo-carry sa ato ang load, based on our framing plan, and from that slab, siya ang mo-distribute karon sa load going to our beams, and the beam will distribute it to our columns. So meaning pinakaulahi nga inyong i-design si column, since dili naman requirement nga design nato ang footing for this particular lab exam. So meaning you design first the concrete slab, then you based on that thickness, based on that design din nato ang beam, and then after the beam you design the columns. Okay? So any question, clarification, so far before ta mag-start? Do you have questions with regards to our plate, with regards to the things that I have mentioned a while ago? Uy, hilo man, natulog mo siguro mo. Are you still there? Napagmano mo diha? Dili ko sumitibo lagi anang mag-inlab mag-heart dayon. Tingog gid lagi. Okay, para magkapadayon, Please sana. Please acknowledge. Anyone from the group? Napamam mo? Sige ko pangutana kay kabalo ko dagan kay nga tulog ani ba? Ting katulog kay ni naron nga oras. Diba? So anyway, start our discussion. Ayan si Banga tawa na si Banga. Tulog na siya ron. Pabili na siya karon sa klase. Diba? Okay, so start our discussion. So this afternoon we are going to discuss the design of concrete slab. No? And take note, we do have different classification of concrete slab. No? And sa to ang structural theory, ang slab na to is classified into two based on the loading configuration. Diba? So niya naatay duha ka klase sa slab depending on its configuration and depending on based on the configuration magdepende dayon diha kung paunsa pag-distribute ang loads. Okay? Now, question, no? Unsa man nga mga klase sa slab? Anyone from the group? Volunteer?
One way o two way, sir.
Okay, ayan. So we have one way and two way slab. So what's the difference between the two, Mr. Castro? What is the difference between one way and two way slab?
Ang one way nga slab, sir, kay ang distribution sa yang loading, sir, kay sa duha ra ka beam, sir, sa katong mag-atbang. Like sa ato nga
Sa man nga beam.
sir.
Sa
Sa
man,
two
sa
way,
man
sir,
nga beam, ang short or ang long direction?
ang long, sir.
Okay. Ang two way?
Ang two way, sir, kay ang long ug ang short, sir, kay kung ang ilang ratio, sir, kay more than or equal sa 2, sir, so, mabahin pod kung sa short nga part, sir, may mabutang dito nga load gyapon. Kumbaga mga triangle
More
sa
than
ano,
or
sir,
more than or less than?
one, sir, more than, sir.
More than ba? Ang two way? Bali siguro.
Ay, ano?
Less than. Less than ang two way.
Ay, less than, eh.
Ah,
Less than, sir.
Dayon, unsa dayon ay hang distribution sa load?
One, sir, trapezoidal or triangular, sir. Trapezoidal dito sa long beam o triangular sa short.
Okay. So, yan. So, mana ang difference sa duha, no? And then we need to know first, no? Before we design the slab, we need to know on what is really the classification or the type of slab we are designing. No? Kay based on that classification, magdepende sa dayon diha ang ato ang approach sa ato ang design procedure. Okay? So, dili pwede nga di na to may bawaan kung sa klase ng slab kay lahi ang pag-design sa one-way slab, lahi sad ang pag-design or ang design procedure sa tuang two-way slab. Okay? So mao na ang pinagkauna gyud nga tumbuhaton. We classify first what type of slab are we really designing, and based from that classification, we are now going to design it based on the loading diagram. Okay. So again, no, according to Mr. Castro, naatay duha ka classification sa ato ang slab. Wherein ang ato ang discussion this afternoon mag-focus sad aning duha ka klase, no? The one way and two way slab. Alright? Alright, so for one-way slab, now when we talk about one-way slab, an example of this is when the slab is supported on two opposite side only. So just like in this picture here, the first figure, this is now a one-way slab. Uy, nasa naman to? Sorry for that. Ayan. So one-way slab na siya. Okay? So kung ang atua daw ko nung sorry for that. Ang atua daw ko nung slab is supported by only two beams, no? Just like in figure number 1, then we can consider this as one slab. No, ganina ang definition ni Mr. Castro. Pag ang ato ang longer side divided by the shorter side of the slab is greater than 2, then we can call it as one slab. So another approach in determining if the slab is one way or two way is based on the support. No? Kung ang support gani niya is only 2, duha lang kabuok, no? Unsupported siya along the other side, no, or the other sides of the slab, then we can also consider it as a one way slab. No? Aside from that, if your slab is a composite slab, just like a steel deck na slab, you can also consider this as a one-way slab. No? Ayan. So one way slab yapon ang consideration niya if the slab is a still decking slab. Because here, the load is not actually um, distributed by the concrete, but it will be distributed to the decking that we are going to install. And take note, the decking here is actually in one direction only. No? Isa ra ka direction ng atong decking. So, meaning, kung asa ni siya ning patong, ito, just like this, kung asa ni siya nagpatong, or kung asa dapit ang iyang direction ani niya, didto bali, it transfer ang ato ang load. In other words, when the direction of the deck is only one, then the end-to-end of this span will transfer the load towards our beam. And in that case, that particular action is also a one-way slab. Okay? So, the rationale here is that ang kaning definition sa ikadua, the slab of which the ratio of the length to width is larger than or about 2, just like this figure here. No? Ayan, dili lang kani mao ang definition sa one-way slab. We can also consider a slab as one-way when it is supported by two opposite side only, just like this figure. And of course, if the slab is a composite slab, just like a steel decking slab, it is also a one-way slab. Okay? Yan. So, for two-way slab, you will notice here, ang definition ani niya is opposite, aning ikaduha nga definition. If the longer side divided by the shorter side is greater than 2 for one-way slab, the value of the ratio between the larger and the smaller side of the slab is less than 2 or equal to 2, then that becomes a two-way slab. And take note na atay different types of two slab. It could be that the slab is supported by beam along its perimeter, just like the first figure here. Or it could be that the slab is a flat plate, meaning wala siya beam. It is only the slab which carry its own weight, and then transfer this weight into our column. Yan, we call this one as a flat plate. It could also be a flat slab, flat slab supported by a corbel na column. Ayan, ito. Or it could be a waffle slab, just like this figure. Example ano niya is kanang slab diha sa Kogon, Kogon Market. It is a waffle slab. So we can also consider that as a two-way slab. Okay? Okay, for the one-way slab, take note, if the slab is one way, the bending action of the slab is also one way. So you will notice here that the slab bend along the short direction. Ito yung bending action niya. Unlike sa ang two-way slab, nga ang karong bending action is like this, in two direction. Both direction, the long and short direction will bend. Okay? So that is the behavior of a two-way slab. For one-way slab, the bending action is only in one direction. So meaning, for this type of slab, we only have one main reinforcement. And that main reinforcement will be installed along the short direction. Just like this dash line here. This is our main reinforcement. Okay? Okay, so in the design of one-way slab, take note of this, it is almost the same as those of a rectangular beam. Unya, singly reinforced rectangular beam pa yun. So, meaning, the design procedure for one-way slab is is the same as we are designing it as a beam. And take note, when we are going to design the slab, we are going to take the depth as the thickness of the slab as the depth, as the depth, and the width of the slab equal to 1 meter strip on the slab. So meaning we take 1 meter strip just like this dash line here, and then assume that it is a beam. And therefore, we are going to design it as a singly reinforced beam. Okay? And so, before the design process, we need to consider first what would be the minimum required thickness of our slab. And take note, the thickness of the slab is dependent on the type of support the slab is employed. So for simply supported slab, the thickness is simply equal to the span divided by 20. Wherein the span that we are talking here is actually the short span. Itong span ito. Okay? Ayan. Now, kung sa amang tamingon nga simple supported slab siya, no? Yan. Na kung gipatong ragani na ang atong slab, it is not monolithically poured no towards our beam. No, dili siya dungan nga gibuo sa tuang beam. Gipatong ra siya. We concrete first or we cast first our beam before casting the slab. Then we can consider that as a simply supported slab. Okay? Pero kung dili gani ingon ana ang pagabuhat sa iyaha, gidungan nato si slab o si beam, then it becomes a fixed slab. So it could be a one end continuous slab or it could be both ends continuous slab. And then each of these criteria will also have different required thickness. Okay? So for cantilever slab, the minimum thickness is also span over 10. And take note, we can only use this formula if the yield strength of our main reinforcement used for the slab is equal to 420, no? 420 megapascal. Otherwise, if it is not equal to 420 megapascal, this term here, based from the table, shall be multiplied by this particular expression. Okay? So, i-multiply nimo na ana nga expression. So, for example, if the slab here is 5 meters and we use a yield strength of 276 megapascal, then tendency is, considering that this slab is a simply supported slab, for example lang, the required thickness of our slab now will be equal to L over 20, and since the yield strength is not equal to 420, it is for 276, then this value from the table shall be multiplied by the expression 0.4 Fy over 700. Alright? So the value here, the resulting value here will be the minimum thickness of the slab. So meaning it is minimum, it is the required thickness, we can add or we can adjust it no higher. Okay? Yan. And then for our minimum steel area, the minimum steel area for the slab is simply equal to 0.002 times the gross sectional area of the slab if the yield strength na itong gigamit is less than 420. So take note, ang 0.002 shall be multiplied by our gross sectional area. So this is the steel ratio, 0.002. This one naman is the gross. In other words, this should be the base times the H. Wherein yung base natin dito is 1,000. In other words, yung 1 meter strip nato ang gi-assume no, for the design of our slab. Okay? And if the yield strength is greater than or equal to 420, then the greater of these two value here will govern as our minimum steel area. And from that minimum steel area, we can convert it in terms of the spacing. So, ang atong gamiton nga formula is simply pi over 4 times the diameter of our main reinforcement, 1,000 over S divided by is equal to the required steel area. So here we can solve for the spacing. Yeah, dapat ang spacing sa atong main reinforcement shall not exceed 3H or 450. Okay? Ayan. And for the shrinkage reinforcement, no, yung shrinkage sa temperature reinforcement, aduna sa kitay minimum steel ratio. And take note, this minimum steel ratio here presented in this table is actually multiplied by the gross concrete area. In other words, kanibali siya, same ra na sila ni. Diba? Kung unsa ang minimum steel area for our main reinforcement, the same goes sa atuang shrinkage and temperature reinforcement. Na kulang lang ani is gross sectional area. Yan. Wherein, stipulated in the table, ang gamiton daw kung nimo ani is simply the gross sectional area. Okay? So unsa man di ay ng temperature bars, no? So this is an example of a one-way slab. The red reinforcement here is actually along the short span. This is now our main reinforcement. Okay? So mo ni ang main reinforcement nato together with this one, no? For example, fix yan na siya negative moment. This is also a main reinforcement yung sky blue na to. Okay? The rest of the reinforcement which is installed, no, along the low axis, we call it as a shrinkage or temperature bars. No? Mao ni si shrinkage or temperature bars. No? Itong yellow at saka itong blue na to. Okay, so meaning naalang na siya, we talk about temperature and shrinkage reinforcement, naalang na siya diha for purposely number one, aron dili mo danggan no kani atong main reinforcement. No, naa siya na muhawid, naa siya kumbaga ties niya, no? And then at the same time, this will also use for shrinkage purposes. Aron na nato ang concrete dili mo shrink no when it is subjected to load or when it is subjected to repeated action of towing, no, kanang sige siya kainitan, sige siya og kabasa, no, or temperature bars, no, kay aron ma-prevent nato ang atong mga temperature cracking. Okay, but take note, when we talk about one-way slab, we only design the main reinforcement or the reinforcement along the short axis. Unsa man di ay or unsa ba di ay ang iyang spacing ana, no? That would be the design of the one-way slab that we are going to do. Okay? And take note, when we talk about slab, the minimum steel cover is simply equal to 20 millimeters, especially for slab, which for slab of the main reinforcement of the slab is 40 mm or smaller. And take note, based on actual design, usually ang atong ginagamit na reinforcement for the slab ranging from 10 to 12 mm. Okay? Okay, so let's have an example problem. Okay, so a simply supported one-way reinforcement concrete floor slab has a span of 3 meters. No? It carries a service live load. So take note, no? Service live load. In other words, dili pa na siya ultimate at pa na i-convert into ultimate loading. No? The live load is 8.4 kilopascal while the service dead load is 1.2 kilopascal. Take note, no? Service dead load. No? So meaning, dili siya total dead load. In other words, this particular load now, the 1.2 kilopascal, is simply the superimposed dead load. No? To get the total dead load, we need to determine first the thickness of the slab, and out from that thickness, we define the weight of the slab and add it sa ang 1.2 kilopascal. Okay? Ayan. So in this case, the compressive strength is 20.7 megapascal while the yield strength is 414.6 megapascal. No? The steel covering is 25 mm measured from the center of the bars. No? So meaning, automatic mauna na yung karon atong i-minus ato ang thickness ato ang slab to get the effective depth. Now, because this covering is actually measured from the center. Yan, from the center of our bars. Okay? So requirement, no? What would be the spacing of 12 mm main bars of slab for minimum thickness as specified in the code? No? And then what would be the spacing of our shrinkage and temperature bars using 10 mm diameter bars? So take note to, kung atong balikon na diri, yung first requirement is what would be the spacing of our main reinforcement or itong color red na reinforcement na to. Okay. The second, which we're in, we are going to use here, we are going to use 12 mm diameter bars. All right. Now, for the yellow one or the blue one, this becomes our temperature reinforcement. In this case, we are going to use 10 mm diameter bars. This is the requirement number 2. So take note, itong sky blue na to, wala na siya appeal or wala ni dili wala ingon ani ang ato ang sample problem because that is simply supported slab. No? But if the slab is a continuous slab, no, continue na siya dito, then it will have a negative moment. Then therefore, we need this particular reinforcement. Okay, wherein more or less, this is also the same as of that the spacing that we can get out from the spacing of our main reinforcement at the middle. So, ayan. Same raman na sila spacing, no? Itong spacing na to, same ra po spacing ng taas, no? Kaya ang netabuan ni alternate naman continuous bend. Continuous bend. Continuous bend. No? Aya katong wala ning bend, no? Giwatanan niya extra. Itong extra to, yung sky blue. So, meaning same rang spacing sa bottom bars tsaka yung top bars natin. Okay? So, first requirement, no? That we determine first the required thickness of the slab. Now, wherein it is simply supported nga slab. Now, it is a simply supported slab. Therefore, we are going to use the formula L over 20. And take note, the yield strength of reinforcement is not 420. So, therefore, since it is not 420, this equation shall be multiplied by the expression 0.4 plus Fy over 700. So, ito yun. Okay? Then, substituting the value of our span, which is 3,000, coming from the 3 meters here, then we can get a minimum or required thickness of the slab of 148.823, which is, we round it up to 150 mm. No? Okay, take note, no? Pag dimension gani siya, you're not allowed to round it down. No? Kailangan round it up pila siya. No? By divisible by 5 or divisible by 10. Depende sa iyo. Okay? Yan. So, and then the effective depth shall be 150 minus the steel cover, the overall steel covering natin, which is 25 mm. This is already measured, no? To the center of our reinforcement. So, therefore, that becomes 120 minus 25. We will have an effective depth of 125. And after that, we solve for the total load, no? So, our total ultimate load will be 1.2 of the dead load plus 1.6 of live load, wherein the total dead load shall be the superimposed dead load 1.2 kilopascal. And since this is kilopascal, we multiply it by the width of our slab using 1 meter strip. So it becomes 1.2 kilonewton per meter, and plus the weight of our slab, in which the weight of the slab is simply the thickness times the 1 meter strip nga width sa to ang slab times the unit weight of the concrete, which is 24 kilonewton per cubic meter, or you can use 23.544. So from that, we have a total dead load of 4.8 kilonewton meter, and use this value to our load combo to determine the total ultimate load of 19.2 kilonewton per meter. And since this is a simply supported slab, then the ultimate moment that the slab is carrying is simply equal to W L square, the span square over 8. No? So meaning our W or our ultimate load is 19.2. A span of 3 meters square over 8, we will have an ultimate moment of 21.6 kilonewton meter. No? So from this moment, pwede na rin mo na siya gamiton para ani. No? Ani over. Point reduction factor ES Fy D over A over 2 to get for your ES, or pwede ka nga to get for the ES. Ya, kaning ato ang A diri, the depth of the compression block, you solve it using the relation of the compression force is simply equal to the tension force. No? So, parang beam approach. No? Or pwede ka mo gamit ani atong shortcut na formula. The ultimate load is simply the reduction factor FC prime BD square, reinforcement index 1 minus 0.59 times the reinforcement index. No? Wherein the reduction factor here is always 0.9. It should be tension controlled as always. Okay? So that is 21.6. We converted it to kilonewton millimeters. That is why it has 10 times 10 to the power of 6. Simply equal to the reduction factor of 0.9, FC prime 20.7. The width of our slab is 1 meter strip, that is 1,000, and our effective depth is 125. So meaning from that equation, we will have a reinforcement index omega of 0.0778 and convert that reinforcement index into its equivalent steel ratio. So from that, we have a steel ratio of 0.00388. No? So this particular steel ratio now shall be checked based on the minimum steel ratio required for flexural strength. No? Wherein tayo doon ka formula anak niya, we have 0.25 or 1/4 if c prime over if y or 1.4 if y. So from this, ang govern nga value is 0.00338. So meaning no, based on these two formulas here, kung sa itong muhatag o pinakadako nga value, that would be the minimum still ratio. And take note, the minimum still ratio of 0.00338 is less than the actual or the required still ratio of 0.00388. So meaning the still ratio that we are going to use is simply the 0.00388. Okay? And from this still ratio, we solve for the required still area. Using still ratio, the base times the effective depth. Okay? So we have a required still area of 485 millimeters square. Take note, ito yung required still area. We need to check it again based on the minimum still area. Okay? Wherein our yield strength is 414.6, that is less than 420 megapascal. Therefore, the minimum still area is simply 0.002 base times height or yung gross sectional area natin. So from that, we have 0.002. Our width is 1,000 or 1 meter strip. The overall thickness of our slab is 150. We will have a minimum steel area of 300 millimeters square, which is less than the required steel area of 485 millimeters square. So meaning, ang mag-govern anak niya karon is katong ato ang required nga 485 millimeters square. So take note, no, if the minimum steel area is greater than the required steel area, then ang mag-govern anak niya is the minimum steel area. No? Mao kana ang gamita as your steel area. And from that steel area, we use the diameter 12 mm as our main bars and substitute it to our formula so that we can convert the steel area into its equivalent spacing of our main reinforcement. So from that, we have a spacing of 233 millimeters, say 230. So take note, when you talk about spacing, it should be round down. No, it should not be round up. It should always be round down. So meaning 233 millimeters, you say 230. Now, take note, dili pa na siya mao ang answer. We need to check this particular spacing if it is within our maximum spacing of 3H or 450. So from this, we have overall depth of 150. We multiply it by 3. No? Kung asa ang mas dako o mas gamay anak niya, the 3H ba or 450, pero in this case, 3 times H is also 450. So, ang maximum spacing nato is 450. So, take note, the 450 here is greater than the required spacing of 230. So, therefore, ang mag-govern anak niya will be the spacing of 230 millimeters. Alright, so any question, clarification so far? Do you have question with regards to question number 1, problem 1, question number 1? Gets ka ba? What about the others? No? Kindly, lihog ko verify or acknowledge, no?